Is Maricel Rocha, and I'm a health extension specialist. And I'm here to introduce Ria. She is a sound healing training teacher. She's also a Tibet spiritual retreat leader and a vibrational healing mentor. So I have a pleasure to introduce Ria today, and she's going to tell us a lot about her experience with this amazing and fascinating topic of vibration and sound.
Thank you, Maricel. I think since we said we will become to life to share about how is longer health and also joyful life. So where we have the good physical body and have
Right.
the subtle, each of us, we subtle in our life, but there's the way how do we can release that.
So my first question, Ria, is
Second time we come here.
oops, I hear an echo. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Awesome. So my first question for you today is, when did you first realize that sound healing could help people emotionally and physically?
Yes, Marshall, as I always say, to become today as a healer or training teacher, people who sound important part is I have to experience heal myself first, then learning how to from my experience get very good results, then share with others. Like how is I started with sound healing vibration? Because I was in very dark place long time ago, over 10 years ago, that I was have a panic attack twice a month, constant chasing outside achievement, constant be stressed. I think that is the awakening call. The panic attack is a awakening call for me to study how to research to help myself get out that rabbit hole, how to live in my life. And at that time, I wanted to say I completely lost passion and was overwhelming all the time, questioning about what the meaning of my life. And through that healing journey, that helped me transform from, questioning and searching and study and become who I am today.
That's amazing. And I love when you share your story because it's more common than people think. Having those panic attack that you described, sometimes it happens to any person. It could happen to any person at any time. And when you share your story, I like that you overcame that and you put together your unique way to overcome those moments so hard, right? And see the light. And I'm curious about what were the main things that you did back then to get out of that first panic attack, and then how you start using sound for healing.
I think when I have a panic attack at that moment or at that period of time, I didn't know how because just go research to see this doctor to try to that one. And the one thing I know, I don't want in the medication. Even my doctor tell myself say I should use some medication because I couldn't have the normal social life. I was stressed and all the time at that time. But I want to say the big things like we always said, we have all information, everything around us, really have a lot of natural tools we can use help us. but how to use does take some study, does take some professional people to help. So after I research, after I go to study and implement in myself, and not just implement in myself, also I helped my clients to stop the panic attack also. So the sounds we know is, I want to say, it's not just used outside the sounds. Really, the big, powerful natural healing tool is within, is inside us. So there, how do you toning? How do you aware your vibration? How do you speak? What are your thoughts? That all is different vibration, carrying different frequency. How do you optimize it? That can really shift your life.
Right, and it's so deep, right? It's like you're talking about vibration and it goes to the spiritual level. I mean, it goes so deep and then it manifests and it goes both ways, right? Because we can start with the listening, the hearing, and then that goes and probably stimulates emotions, right? Healing
Rem-
emotions.
Here is Marisha. I want to say, when you say, oh, so deep. Maybe I want to say it's really, it sounds deep, but really it started at the beginning. It's really easy and simple. Just you hear so many people talk about humming, right? We
Yeah.
can humming every day. When you start to learn how to humming, even you don't learn, you just humming by yourself. That stimulate your body inside your thoughts. The humming can really stimulate your nerve system, can
Hmm.
help you release what was stored, carried in your thoughts or even in your physical body. It's really simple. You just need to start to do it. And also, we learned how so many breath work. You don't have to be expert. Anybody can do. Every of us, we are breath. We know how to breathe, right? How to
Right.
breathe in, breathe out. We just take a little bit slow than in general. That also can help you reset your nervous system.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking because I don't, I mean, I like to sing to my dog, but I don't, I don't feel proud of my voice, right? So I would like, how would I do the humming in a way that is healing to me? But you just said that it doesn't have to be professional, right? You just do it, and that calms you down and makes you feel relaxed and calmer. What other
Yeah,
idea? What other ways we can do it that is not one person humming or singing?
yeah, even not a simple way. I almost tell everybody when they talk about sound, the vibration, I always say, well, the number one, the vibration, the sound you heard is your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Then how many times a day you touch your heart, connect with your heart. So when you have a chance, then set the quiet moment, then put the hands in your heart, then the heart center, the not the heart center, the chakra energy center, and connect with your heart. Then listen the heartbeat. Then breath with that. That also can help you reset your nervous system, help you to find the grounding, the peace, the common moments.
Oh, that's really beautiful. It's like, what could be easier than that, right? We have everything. Everything that we need, it's inside us, like you said.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's why many people say, "Whoa, I don't have time to meditating. I don't have time to listen sound healing. I don't have time." But everything is just with you every moment.
Yeah.
Just learn a little bit tip how to use that. Of course, if you want to go to more deeper, as we said, how to healing from our sabotage, how to heal from our childhood trauma, does require a little bit more deeper work, does request different mentor, then professional help you, guide you, so you will be can get on the track, then help you complete the shift, the life. What do you want to be more happier, more healthier, more love? Is
Yeah,
that all we are looking for, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. To feel loved, right? That's one of our primary needs. I was curious because, I understand what you're saying coming from the positive intelligence point of view, where mindfulness connects us to the part of our brain that help us regulate and feel relaxation. But um, I was wondering what happens inside the body during one of those healing vibration sessions that you do with people.
That's a very good question, Maricel. As we know, the longest nerve in our body, so that's a vagus nerve. So when you start humming, and also when you have the sound healing, the sounds, the vibration, then triggers the not triggers is stimulate the nerve system. So like the that stimulation inside our inner ear or in the throat. So when you start humming or when you hear something, the vibration that can really connect, really help you reset your nerve system. That's what I said. Imagine the massage. Do you like massage,
I
Marisha?
love it. Yes. Who
I
doesn't?
love massage. I have a hard time to hear people say, "Oh, I don't want people touch me." I love massage. As the spa owner for over 20 years, before. So, but imagine not just massage your muscles. Imagine your nerve system have massage
Oh, wow.
that stimulate your vagus nerve, connect with your fight flight system, your lungs, your brain, complete help you. That's how, because we carry so much negative thoughts inside our body. When we said, remember we was talk about in the chapter is how many thoughts we carry average each people.
Oh my gosh, thousand and yeah,
I think
per
that
month.
was 40,000 to 70,000 sats per day, and 1 minute was 45 to 55 sats per minute. And is that when I hear all of that, that's more triggered me, is not triggered me, more inspired. And what's that? Wow, is in that 1 minute sats is 90%, 95, 98%, or 95%
Yeah.
is repeated. And in that repeated thoughts, 85% is negative.
So that's why people cry, right? When they are doing, when you have your bowls, because I also have seen that here in my community, we usually host and we bring sound healing, and I see people that just close their eyes and they're kind of chill, relaxed, but then I see people crying.
Yes, because we was holding so much, because our mind, our thoughts, how strong. Do you hear the words that we are living, everything is made by our thoughts? That some people say that the thoughts is so powerful, but when the sun come in, that, like I said, stimulated your nerve system. You couldn't hold the thoughts anymore because our body made 70% is water. Now imagine the thoughts was in the stress place, stress situation, was that couldn't shake out. But when the sun come in, so you recreate the pattern. You release that hold thoughts. When your body start to release that emotion, especially when you feel your heartbeat, you feel the connect with your heart, that you feel like homing. That is the moment people start crying. And also the crying is releasing.
Mm. I love that. I love that. And I think that it could be really relevant for people who are always overthinking and analytical and, or staying too much in the past. Or I think that is especially for those people, right? What do you think about the overthinking part?
Overthinking. We all are overthinking for some point. I wanted to say is no one healing say one time you
Mm,
will be release everything, right?
yeah.
Think about we carry all of the trauma until we recognize that. If without the awareness, you wouldn't seek the
Mm,
without the practice need to do many times to practice, but each practice even just 5 to 10 minutes that
mm,
will increase the different vibration, your higher vibration may help you remove more far away from that negative pattern.
mm. Right. It's like a little space of peace that you're giving to yourself, right? It's like oasis of thoughts. I love that. I absolutely love that. Thank you for sharing that. Now I want to change this to another direction and I want you to share with us the whole Tibet experience.
Thank you, Maricel. You know, Tibet is in my heart. It's one of my past life was there. I connected. I've been to Tibet many times in the last 20 years. And each time I feel, how to say, connect with sacred land, then learning the different culture, especially in the cave, the 1,000 years old the cave, to meditating inside the cave. Wow, connect that vibration is so phenomenal.
Mm,
And they call, do you know why Tibet is so, yeah? Because Tibetan people believe the Tibet is gateway between earth and heaven. That also is challenging for some people because attitude,
yeah,
how
right.
to say the
Lower.
word?
Yeah. High
Yes,
altitude and
yes,
lower oxygen.
high altitude, yes. Yeah, I remember first time I went to Tibet, that was probably 25 years ago.
Hmm.
When I first time went there, when I was younger, for sure younger than now, 25 years ago. So I didn't have any spiritual awakening. I didn't know anything about spiritual. I just wanted to experience the
Right.
different culture than to explore some place I never been that time. But when I first arrived in that Tibet,
Mm,
wow, I just immediately feel the different spiritual in my heart. Like I said, I didn't have the spiritual anything in my mind side. But when you arrive there, I feel the atmosphere is so different. I immediately feel, wow, something touched my heart instead of my mind.
right, right,
Oh, then after over 10 years, 20 years, I think once I was in the sun healing the sessions, then I reconnect there again. So all the way, how do I go through is there, then how brought me to aware what is spiritual, aware what the energy, the thoughts, everything.
mm,
So that's why I come back over again. And I think after the first time I was there, I heard the calling say, "You've been here so many times and get so many benefits. It's time for you to share with others, bring other people who have this, who's seeking the different journey to here. That's why I lead the Tibet retreat to the Tibet with others.
Yeah, now I can understand why your passion to share, because it's magical. It's a magical place, and you can actually leave that high frequency that you love so much, and sharing with others fulfills you, right? It's like it makes you happy when other people receive this gift, who come with you. So tell me a little more about one example of someone who took the trip, who you took to Tibet and had the chance to connect with this amazing environment.
I wanted to say, one of my clients went to Tibet with me. So that when she tell me the reason she go to Tibet, I was so attached. She was tell me, say, Ria, many years ago, I went to your sun healing class. That time I was in Santa Cruz. I was always want to move to Hawaii, but I couldn't decide. Then after your sun healing class, I was quiet. I was really connected my heart. So that made me decide, moved to Hawaii. I was so inspired that then also she tell me when I saw your email, when I received your email said Tibet is calling, I immediately feel wow, my heart feel the calling also. So I want to go to with you, Ria, go to Tibet. Then she went to Tibet with me. Then now she's still living in Hawaii, but then last week I just talked to her. She said she's feel complete spiritual awakening. She's reading his book, doing his sessions as the healer for helping others. And especially I remember when we was in the 13,000 feet in the Tibet, the lake, that lake, like the mare in the heaven, is so beautiful. She was in there, was hug me, said, wow, this journey was my lifetime journey. I'm so grateful here with you.
That's
So that you never see any place like Tibet, I want to say.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think it's a combination, right? Because many people go and they don't have that same experience. I think that you bring the essential part here, which is your example, your testimonial, your leadership, because you went through that and you lived your own spiritual awakening. And when you share that with people, it helps them. It catalyzes their process, right? So I think that this person, your client, she's so lucky that she had you as a teacher and leader, and the fact that she was able to enjoy and live that, I mean, that's priceless. She didn't have to wait 10 more years wasting her time with confusion, with lack of purpose, right? It's like after this there's an after, a before and after, and this happens only once, and you were the facilitator. So I can totally see how happy and how you become part of this whole transformation.
Thank you, Maricel. I want to say, yes, Tibet is phenomenal. It's a unique lifetime journey. Also, I want to say this is not for everybody. I understand that it's not for everybody because if you are, it is for if you are seeking for spiritual awakening, seeking in the higher vibration line, and you believe the earth have a sacred place, and you also practice with meditation, spiritual growth. So everything you was seeking in that field, that is perfect place for you. But if you want to just go looking for views, different reason, I don't say that is not good. But you could go there, but not with my guidance. I think you can be the tours, do different things.
Right.
But this one definitely is for people who seeking for spiritual awakening, seeking for different high vibration in sacred line. So that is for you, if you are the one.
Oh, I love that. I was going to ask you, as our wrapping up this amazing conversation, what message do you want people to remember, or what would be an invitation for people who are listening to this today?
Mm. I want to ask me questions, Maricel. In your heart, not say in your mind. It's in your heart. Have you ever have one trip that touch your heart you will never forget?
Yeah.
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 I think in our life, we do have so many different place, different trip that touch our heart. We never forgot, right? But I wanted to say the Tibet retreat, Tibet journey is personal growth and a personal spiritual awakening journey. That will be like none others. So
Mm.
the message I want to share just say if you are really looking for experience something phenomenal, unique, and also have the courage because the place is not like a fancy five-star hotel or fancy place for the vacation laying on the beach. The place is with high altitude, with the beautiful mountain, the snow mountain, with that amazing the lake, and also with that some phenomenal the monastery. You
Mm.
will be experience chanting with the monk. You will see how people living the life you never imagined before.
Yeah.
So
I bet.
that is worth lifetime
Oh,
to
yeah.
see.
I can't wait. And you only do this once a year, right?
I want to say I do this is twice a year, not every year. And also, as I've been there so many times, and yes, I will continue doing that twice a year.
All right, so stay tuned, people, because you don't want to miss this. If you really feel the call, if you really feel the itch at the deeper level, your spirit is telling you, and this is your chance. So stay tuned and keep following or start following Ria and learn about the upcoming uh, trip that she's putting together for later this year, right? Do you have
Yes.
already date?
Yes, we already have dates. It's September 16 to it's 8 days. And this time more unique. We will go to Mountain Everest. We'll stay overnight in Mountain Everest to see the stars.
Oh my gosh, how
And
beautiful.
in the trip, we have prepared everything. We have every safe, the oxygen tank, everything saved with the experienced, the local guides. That will be all set up.
Oh my gosh. Lucky you. Okay, well, I wish you all the best. And people, the spots are limited, so get yours. Don't wait. Get your
Thank you,
ticket.
Maricel. Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, and thank you for being here and in this amazing talk about sound healing and Tibet. So I hope people get more enlightened about our conversation today, and I hope that we can come back and resume this our conversations. We are always enlightening. I always learn from you. So thank you again.
Thank you. We are always learning from each other. Everybody in our life is the teacher in some way, right, Maricel? So as we said, thank you, Maricel, for asking all of the questions and my excitement with what I've been doing now. We are here also share very, very important part of health life. Maricel, before we close that, then we want to share a little bit more about the next we are doing now. Not just me, it's our boss we are doing now. So what is more excited, the things you are doing in this moment?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So, what we're doing together is we are talking a lot about the mindset because Ria and I are both positive intelligence coach, and we understand that learning the anatomy of our mindset prepares us to make better decisions and to lower the voice of our saboteurs so that we can be more in control of our own lives. And that's coming up, and we will continue our conversation. We're gonna also release modules that will talk specifically for each type, each one of the 9 saboteurs. We already did the one with the judge, and coming up, we're gonna talk about the avoider. I think that's a very common saboteur that we all have. So stay tuned because next time we're gonna dive deeper into how the avoider impacts your relationship with yourself, your relationship with other people. How does impact your health and the decisions over the things you know you have to do, but because your avoider is there, you don't do it, right?
Yeah. So stay tuned as we are growing up, carry so much different self-saboteur around us, inside us, uh, because the way how we grew up with our traumas. We will be share so many tips, help you remove them from change your saboteurs to your wisdom, then help you live better, health, joyful life. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Maricel.
Thank you,
I'll
Ria.
see you
Thank you,
next
everyone.
time.